Hello, my sisters. If you are married or you're about to be married, the only way you will be respected in that marriage is based on the problems you'll be able to solve in your home. When it comes to ideas, when it comes to prayers, when it comes to money. If you don't have money, don't marry. You see that question I used to ask guys, what does he do for a living? They should ask women also. Before you get married, they should ask you, what are you doing for a living as a source of income? Because you need money more as a married woman than a single lady. Yes, maybe you have never thought of it. Because in your home, in your marriage, the only way that man will have regard for you is what you got to bring on the table. You see, these children we are giving birth to, men will never understand what a woman goes through to carry a child for 9 months and give birth to that child. They will never understand. So, giving birth to a child or children in your marriage is not enough to the men that we have nowadays. There's more they demand from you. The stress, the sacrifice women go through to raise their children, men don't understand. Upon all that, they still expect you to provide, to support financially in the house. So to get your peace and your respect as a woman, apart of us having children, we need to put extra effort. Don't go into marriage and start working from one prayer house to have a child. My dear, those of us that have children, even with the children, they still demand more from us. So thank God for the ability God has put in every woman. We are wired to be multitask. We can do so many things at the same time. I've seen where women are coming out to read out their portfolio, their profile. You will see, I have a PhD in this. I'm married. I have 6 children. You wonder, how did this woman manage to raise 3 children and still go to school and have PhD? Yes, we have that ability. We have that ability. Some of them will tell you different businesses they have as a woman. That is why you see that she is happily married. She has peace in her home. My dear, if your husband is the only one providing everything in that family, sweetheart, you will not have a say. You will be like a slave in your own home. In your own matrimonial home, you'll be like a servant. You know why? Because you cannot provide anything. They don't see training children as work. They don't know. Only few men understand what women go through to give birth and to raise children. Only few men understand. They will still look at you like a slave because you cannot afford anything without them. So to get your respect and your peace as a woman, you need to make sure you have your source of income to solve a lot of problems without waiting on your husband. That's the truth. That is a big truth. So my dear sisters, if you want to be happy in your marriage, make money. Everything that people are complaining that Gege is saying, he's saying the truth. Any man that is the only one bringing money in the house is not a happy man. It's just that men have been wired with that ability to make sacrifice to provide for their family. That is why what a man will do for 15 years without complaining, if a woman does it for 1 year, pepper body, you will not be able to endure it. Because we're not wired like that. But we're wired to support. So as a wife, you have to be supportive to your husband. The only way you can be respected as a wife in your matrimonial home is a support, financial, spiritual, otherwise, that you are going to give to that man. Apart of that, you are going to be a slave in your own home where you're supposed to be in charge. So if you have to be in charge as a wife, make sure you have something to offer apart of childbirth, apart of training children. You have something else to bring to the table. It's not a joke. When they say, what do women bring on the table? It's not a joke. They are serious about it. If you don't bring anything, my dear, the only difference between the servant is maid in that house and you will be that you have access to Oga in the other room, which the servant or maid will not have access like a wife. Apart of that, every other thing you are just there to serve him. He will never regard you or have a say in your home like a wife. So my lovely sisters, please take this advice. If you are yet to marry, get a source of income. If you are married, get one to regain your freedom and your respect as a human being in your home. Try this and thank me later. Thank you.